Hello Kaiju fans, welcome back to the Kaiju World Order. My name is MM, and today I'm just going to be talking about some of the new figures and merchandise that has been revealed over the past week or so. Namely, a couple new figure arts and monster arts and a couple other things. So just to dive right into this, we're just going to start with the big one that everybody's talking about, Monster Arts Mega Gearus. Finally, this is a monster I have been waiting to see in this line since the very beginning. Mega Gearus has a very unique design compared to most kaiju, and especially flying insect kaiju, considering she has what amounts to be a scorpion tail, despite being like a dragonfly. The tail, I'm hoping, is extremely articulated. That's what I'm really looking forward to, and I'm doubt it'll be able to do it, but I'd love if I could get it to pose on the ground like she's crawling like a scorpion with her tail above her head. This is something she's never done in a movie, of course. I'm not going to hold it against the figure if it can't do that, but if it can, I'm going to be ecstatic, and that's probably how I'm going to have her posed. I might even get two of them to have one posed crawling and one in standard Mega Gearus flight. And it's going to look great with the upcoming Godzilla 2000 monster arts. Now we just need to get an Orga and everything will be good. And along with this Mega Gearus, she also appears to come with a handful of Mega Neuron and Mega Nula, which of course are her little swarm bugs from Godzilla vs. Mega Gearus. They don't seem to be very big. I'll be surprised if they are actually painted. But it's the thought that counts, and at least we're getting some accessories with the Monster Arts release, so hallelujah. And also coming from Tamashii is a figure arts of Melba. And if you don't know who Melba is, Melba was one of the first two monsters that appeared in Ultraman Tiga's very first episode. It's a very ancient monster, kind of like Gomora, but more evil. It is a partner with the monster Golza and hasn't been seen since the original episode. Melba has remained a fan favorite for a long time. I'm surprised it hasn't come back for any new gen series, especially Ultraman Trigger and Ultraman Decker, which were kind of modern day remakes of that timeline from the 90s. Melba, though, has come back sorta as part of chimeric kaiju, such as Five King, and then Tri-King, which was just Five King minus Reikibas and Gonkyu, and then also a fusion of Golza and Melba. Gelba appeared in the very first episode of Ultraman Trigger, and that's really it. It's unfortunate we haven't seen this monster again, but we're getting a figure arts of it, and that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, mainly because I'm not a big fan of Melba, and I'm imagining this is going to be a very expensive figure, considering Birdon is also, and Melba is a much bigger, more... It's a more unique looking monster, I guess you could say, with arms, wings, everything. And I already have the old school Bandai Melba, and of course the Spark Doll Melba that came out back in like 2013 or so. And Melba's a cool monster. I just don't know if I'm gonna chalk up the money to get a figure art of it. And moving away from those figures, Funko has just revealed a handful of sleeping kaiju, including Space Godzilla, King Ghidorah, and a Godzilla 1967 with Minya. I don't know if I'm going to get all of these. I think they're super cute. I already have the evolved sleeping Godzilla. I imagine that thing sold like hotcakes, which is why they're double dipping into more of these sleeping kaiju. I'm definitely going to get the Godzilla and Minya one. I'm unsure on the other two, maybe if I see them for a decent price or discounted or whatever. But they're cool, unique little items that I think will look kind of cool on the shelf. X Plus also has a handful of new figures revealed, including a D4Real crossover with Mechagodzilla and Digimon. I'm not a Digimon fan. I don't know what this thing is actually crossed over with, but it does look kind of cool. I would rather have a standard D for real Kaiju. So yeah, I'll be skipping this, but if you're a Digimon fan, I think this could be really cool for your collection. And then we've also gotten some new Ultraman from X Plus, including an Ultraman Gaia and Ultraman Agule. I'll be skipping those also. Then there's also a new gigantic series, 1995 Burning Godzilla. It's way out of my price range. I would love to have one of these, but between the price, the size, I have no idea where I'd even be able to put it in my collection. But it's cool. I would love it again. Looks great. It's an X Plus. What more can I really say about it? Now over on the Super 7 side of things, they have unveiled a new black and white version of their Dark Horse Godzilla, which of course is just a repaint of their 1989 sculpt. It looks very cool. It's based on Art Adams' pencil sketching of the same scenes that the first San Diego Comic-Con version is based on. And you can even get it autographed by Art Adams himself. It's a really, really cool release. When I first saw it, I thought it was one of the Super Kaiju releases, and I was actually planning on getting it at that point because it would be only about $30-40. But I already have the Super 7 Ultimates Blazing Godzilla, the Dark Horse Comic-Con one. So I'm pretty set up with this sculpt already. If it was, say, like based on a different Godzilla sculpt they would do, maybe I would get it, but having the original one, not really for me, not my thing. But if you did miss out on the green one, this will be a great substitute for you. This figure has tremendous articulation and it just looks cool, and it is worth every dime that you get it for. If only it had some more accessories, but hey, what can you do? I almost forgot all about these, but Haya has also been busy unveiling some new things. They have unveiled the colored design of Monster X. It looks like Monster X. Not one of my most favorite kaiju. I already had the monster arts, but I'm keeping an eye on this mainly because I want to see what they do if they do an eventual repaint, maybe with gravity beams, maybe a Kaiser Ghidorah mid-transformation one, who knows. There's a lot of things Haya could still do with Monster X. And then what really got me excited is Haya Behemoth. Behemoth is one of my favorite MonsterVerse original Titans. I wish we'd see more of it. And now we're finally getting a Haya of it. If only somebody could save Methuselah and we get a Haya Methuselah, but you know, fuck Summit Kaiju. And yeah, Behemoth will definitely be picking up. I'll be adding that to the collection 100%. And in non-toy news, if you have been watching Ultraman Omega, you'll know that he has kaiju partners, which are called Medio Kaiju. So far, we have Rekinus and Trigeron, and we're soon going to be getting another one, a third one. I don't know its name, but it appears to be some sort of Firebird Phoenix Kaiju. It looks pretty cool. The upgraded armor that Omega will be wearing with this Kaiju when it's in that form looks good for what it is, but the Kaiju itself is way more interesting to me. I definitely won't be getting a figure arts of the Kaiju itself, but definitely the Spark doll whenever that gets released. The other two have just gotten their Spark dolls released, so I'm sure this will also get one too. And there's also been two new Kaiju-ish movies that have been shown off over the past, well, it's been longer than a month, but I'm just now getting around to seeing the trailers for them. There are two movies coming out, both about the Kraken. One from Europe and the other from Russia. The European one, which I believe is Norwegian, I might be wrong, looks actually pretty original, with giant tentacled monster coming up out of a lake after doing some sort of sonic experiment within the water. And then the other one, the Russian one, for lack of better words, just appears to be a Russian remake of New Image's 2000's Octopus movie, which is about a nuclear submarine encountering a giant octopus and having to fight to survive. I'm sure there's going to be differences in it. I will definitely be checking out the Russian one and the European one. However, I will not be throwing money at the Russian one. You know, God bless America, Russia sucks. So I'll just be pirating that. And the European one, yeah, I'll definitely be throwing some money towards that to actually own it and see it. And really, folks, I think that's about it. That should cover most of the major kaiju news over the past couple weeks, maybe month or so. I'm sure I forgot a couple little things, including marmots and stylized figures, but I think I'm one of the very few that still collects those type of things these days. And until next time, kaiju folks, peace out. And Minya, take it away.
Zilla says you should like and subscribe.